Okay, just a quick video to show you how to sort of set the RS-BA1 remote control utility up. So first thing to do is press add. We type in a description, just anything at all. Again, I'll go with YouTube example. Spell it correctly, there we go. Put the IP address of the radio in, so that's what's set in the radio. Matches your local area network. Put the username and password in that are all set in the radio. So all of these settings come from the radio. The IP address that matches your network. The control port is given to you in the radio menu, and then your user and password for the radio as well. Okay, so hopefully that's okay. Click on that and then click. Okay, so now the thing's connected. Shows you the packet loss is 0 and the round trip time is 0 milliseconds. So the radio and computer, as you can see from the other video, are located next to each other, so there's almost no round trip time. Once they're connected, we can go to the radio list here, and you see it's basically picked up most of the details. It's picked the radio up from the other software, sorry, from the settings of the radio from the connection we just made. So under radio operation, you only need to be concerned with the radio operation. None of the others are important, and it's just between the server list and the radio list here that we're going to be working with. So we've created the YouTube example, this thing here. We've logged in to the radio with our username and password. We've connected to it. We've got connection with no packet loss and 0 millisecond round trip time, and we're connected okay. And there's two stages to connecting. One is to connect to the radio, and then the second one, connecting to the radio server. And the second one is actually to connect to the radio, the serial and the data streams, the audio and the data streams. So the next part we need to click on is to click here and click settings. That brings us to this box here, which is where we set our COM port number. And you can choose anything in here, as long as the computer doesn't already have it. So COM1 is the only COM port this PC has, which is a real COM port on the back of the machine. Anything other than that is free to use, and I tend to go for COM 256 because it's the highest one. Okay, press save, and then you need to press connect here, and it confirms it. Virtual serial port number is 256. Okay, so now it's connected. Right, if I move that out of the way slightly, that's all we need to do on here now. That's now happy. That's set up that piece of software. We've got the remote control software, which is the virtual interface of the radio. Just got to set this up now. Okay, so the first thing it does is it complains that it can't find the radio because I've cleared all of the settings from before. Just tell it to ignore it. What you need to do with this software is turn it off so the screen is blank. Just ignore any errors that it comes up with. Click on the connection settings here, the one that looks like a serial port. Click that. You need to find Icom IC7700 version 2 in the list, so version 2 here. You select the radio, which is linked to from here. It then matches the COM port and the CIV address from here. Everything else just leave as default. Press OK. And then your last step is to turn the radio on, and you may have just been able to hear the. There you go. Just find the volume a second. Turn that down a second. So this is all coming via the computer speaker. A little bit nicer we can see. And that's basically all there is to it. So you can now tune up and down the band and everything as you would expect to. Okay, so that's all there is to do to get the remote going. Everything else works as you expect, volume wise, and as if it was at a real radio. So from then on we can transmit 1 2 3 4 testing, 1 2 3 4, and whatever else you need to do. Okay, that's about it from me. You just close the software, turns the transceiver off, as you may have just heard that click. Close it, and then you can press disconnect here, disconnect here, and the radio goes back into standby. Hopefully that's cleared up some of that for you.